News is that all Philadelphia public schools are closed tomorrow. The Philadelphia Archdiocese has also canceled all classes tomorrow in Philadelphia. Other school closings for tomorrow: Bensalem School District in Bucks County has canceled classes for tomorrow. The Pemberton Township schools in Burlington County, New Jersey, those schools are canceled as well. And as we get more school cancellations and closings, we are going to pass those along. But that's what we have as of this point. Philadelphia Public Schools, the Philadelphia Archdiocese, Bensalem School District, and the Pemberton Township schools have all canceled classes for tomorrow. We have some other cancellations and delays. The funeral for slain Philadelphia police officer Laretha Baird has been postponed. Instead of tomorrow, funeral services will be held Tuesday at 11 a.m. at the Mount Airy Church of God in Christ on Ogonce Avenue. Another cancellation, another notice here. Until further notice, McGuire Air Force Base is open for limited operations and functions only. All McGuire and Walson Air Force Hospital personnel, except for those designated as weather essential, are excused from duty effective immediately. The 108th Air Refueling Wing UTA training has been canceled and is rescheduled for February 2nd. The Delaware County Government Center and Courthouse Complex, they are closed tomorrow. Fort Dix will be operating under a 2-hour delay tomorrow morning. Concerning mass transit now, Jim, you had mentioned briefly some further delays here and cancellations. SEPTA, there is no paratransit service today. All SEPTA suburban service is now being suspended on the Red Arrow and Frontier divisions. The Market Frankfurt L service now operating or running every 30 minutes instead of every 10 minutes. There are 22 city bus routes that are not running. They are the following. Please take note of these. Number 4, 5, 7, 12, 19, 25, 31, 35, 39, 40, 43, 48, 53, 57, 61, 63, 73, 84, 88, 89, and 90, and G. And as you mentioned, Jim, the Broad Street subway service is operating pretty close to normal now. Concerning DART, there is no scheduled Sunday service. Concerning Amtrak, there are 30 to 60-minute delays on the Northeast Corridor service. Some Metroliner service has been canceled entirely. Amtrak will be running on a Saturday schedule as of tomorrow, and that is very important for people who need to use Amtrak for business purposes. Amtrak will be running on a Saturday schedule tomorrow. For further information about Amtrak service, you can call 1-800-USA-RAIL. As for New Jersey Transit, everything seems to be okay so far. There are no delays in the South Jersey area. They are in the process of making plans for tomorrow morning's commute, and they may modify bus service. As we get that information, we will pass that along. And concerning Patco, trains are running every 20 minutes. Now, we have some more information concerning school closings. I had mentioned already, Philadelphia public and parochial schools are closed tomorrow. Bensalem Township, Bucks County, the Bensalem School District is closed tomorrow. The Pemberton Township School District in Burlington County, New Jersey, closed tomorrow. Here are some other school closings in Camden County. Okay, the Barrington School District in New Jersey, Gloucester Township, Gloucester City, Clementon, Pine Hill, Laurel Springs, Magnolia, Mount Ephraim, Pennsauken, Runnymede, Somerdale, Stratford, and St. Teresa's in Runnymede. Those schools in the Camden County School District are all closed for tomorrow. Now, concerning the situation here in Pennsylvania, we've been trying desperately to get Pennsylvania Governor Tom Ridge on the phone to find out if he intends to call a state of emergency. We've been trying to get him on the phone. We understand he is at his home in Erie, Pennsylvania, where his press secretary tells me they're actually having a normal day in Erie. Normally, Erie gets clobbered. They get that lake effect from Lake Erie, but his press secretary, Tim Reeves, tells me that the weather in Erie is just normal, and looks like we are getting clobbered here in the Philadelphia area. And as soon as we get Governor Ridge on the phone, Jim, we of course will let you know. Jim?
Thank you, Flora. By the way, if you're tuning in right now to watch the Mercedes Golf Championships at La Costa Country Club in Carlsbad, California, we are staying with our emergency snow coverage here on Action News for the afternoon, but of course we will have highlights of that golf event on Action News later this evening. Action News reporter David Murphy is on Route 3, the Westchester...
Snow just keeps on falling pretty steadily. It's not switching around as much anymore. but the wind is still a factor there, coming pretty much, it would appear, from the, I'm going to say, the northerly direction. If you take a look at the snow that they've piled up here along the way, this was maybe half this tall a couple of hours ago, but the snow plows keep on coming through, and when I stick my boot down in there, no more boot. It sinks all the way down, you know, maybe a foot or so, and there's more snow underneath that where I'm packing it. You can see the road here. There's still a fair amount of traffic coming through here, maybe 5 or 6 cars at the next light stacked up, and a few more, about the same number coming the other way. Let me show you an indication of just how much snow, as I really sunk down there, has been falling here along Westchester Pike in Haverford Township. This is a wall outside a gas station. This is the top of the wall, and look at that. I mean, that's the length of my arm up to my elbow from my fist, straight up there. It's got to be more than a foot drifting right here, and this is a pretty good shot to talk about, not only because it shows you the volume of snow we've gotten, but this is also the kind of thing that you can find along the sides of roadways as well. Even though they're plowing a lot of the main roads around here, including Route 3, Westchester Pike, and Eagle Road, the cross street here in the Manoa section of Haverford Township, there I go down again, the snow does come back up quite a bit quickly, even though they do plow through here, and it leaves some drifts occasionally as you come flying through here. If you come too fast, it's real easy to get one of your tires stuck in that drifting snow, and then you plow right over into the side. It's very dangerous out here. If you don't have to be out here, you absolutely should not be. We've been saying that all day, but the snow just keeps on piling up more and more, and we want to be ever the reminder, I guess, or passing along that reminder to everyone that it just is not worth coming out here if you absolutely don't have to be out. David Murphy live with the Action Cam in Haverford Township.
Good advice, David. Thank you very much. Let's go right to Joe Torres, who is on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Joe, we hear there are about 8 inches at the Jersey Shore. You look bundled up, and it looks snowy and raw where you are.
Let me take it from the top, Jim. About 8 inches. If you said that in Margate, we haven't been there all day. We've been in Atlantic City here, and on the boardwalk, let me show you this. The plows just came through a little while ago. Even they struggled on the boardwalk, 3 plows at a time, and you can judge for yourself. I don't know if we had 8 inches right here on the boardwalk, but pretty good accumulation. Take a good look, because this is not a sight that you typically see here at the Jersey Shore. Snow on the boardwalk where walking is difficult. Just spoke to our good friends up north, Ocean County. They are not only concerned about the winds and the snow, also particularly concerned about the tide, tonight's and tomorrow's. And they're saying, folks, especially Long Beach Island, also in the Bay areas of Pine Beach, Tuckerton, Ocean Gate, you folks should start getting ready for the high tide that is approaching tonight and again tomorrow morning. What you want to do, move your, you know the routine, move the vehicles to the higher ground, and if you've got to make it to the store to pick up some goodies to get ready for the night, do so. Here in Atlantic County, the National Guard trucks are in place, or at least getting ready to get in place. The same down in Cape May County, I would assume, as the tide approaches. That is the big concern, a problem unique to us here at the Jersey Shore. Out in the distance, if you can make it out, you probably can't. Heavy surf, that ocean is kicking up, and here along the geotubes in Atlantic City, it's eaten away at some of the beach. We haven't talked too much about that, but beach erosion will be a problem throughout the day. Talked to the emergency management coordinator in Ventnor. He says he expects problems there in terms of beach erosion, but they haven't had a chance to take a look at it themselves, to go out to the beach, because it is just too rough, too windy. Jim, I'm seeking a little bit of shelter right behind the van, directly behind Bob, our cameraman, and it hurts. The slings and arrows of this sleet and freezing rain hitting you in the face, it really is a stinger. The boardwalk, again, partly cleared, but extremely slippery. And again, Amy Brenholtz, our bureau coordinator, was out in one of our cars driving around. A lot of people heeding the call to stay off the roads, but the few folks that are out are in four-wheel drive vehicles. This is not the time to drive with reckless abandon. Even though you're in a four-wheel drive, you still need to be careful, and if you've got the road all to yourself, nonetheless, take it easy. There are some people walking around, and if you lose control, we could have a very serious accident. I'm Joe Torres, live on the Action Cam on the boardwalk, Jim, in Atlantic City.
Joe, given your location, I guess we have to ask the question, what about attendance and business inside the casinos?
I've poked my head in at least 2 different casinos right now, and it's an odd sound. You walk across the casino floor, and you hear nothing. We're used to hearing the jingles of the change going into the slot machines there at the end, but it is a weird, weird sound not to hear anything. A few folks pull in the one-armed bandits, hoping to have a complete run of the place, but you can sit down at just about any blackjack table and talk to the dealer and have a couple of good hands. Extremely, extremely slow at the casinos.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay.
One of the cardinal rules about snowstorms is that if you have chronic heart problems or if you are elderly, it is not a good idea to shovel snow.
It's out there, waiting.